Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. I am here in Wake Forest today, and I'm at one of the more popular active adult communities in the Triangle, Webb at Traditions. This community has resort style living, it's very active, and it's in a great location. You have convenient access to a cute little downtown Wake Forest, and you also have access to amenities. So if you are looking for resort style living and active community and you don't want to leave Wake Forest, this could be the perfect place for you. Today we're going to talk about the community. You'll learn a little bit more about it. You'll learn more about what's in the area and what's going on here. And finally, we'll talk a little bit about the amenities and the real estate market. So let's take a look. Webb at Traditions is in Wake Forest. It's about 20 miles outside of Raleigh. It's also convenient to Durham as well. So if you want to plug into the city lifestyle of what's going on in Raleigh or what's going on in Durham, you do have easy access to that. The community is built out and sold out. There's about 450 homes in the neighborhood. To put it in perspective, I would say this is probably a medium-sized community in our area. Our larger active adult communities are going to be about 1,300 homes. Our smallest communities are under 200 homes. But the community is really beautiful. The homes are designed for main level living. It is relatively recently built. So they built out around 2022, 2023, that time frame. So you can really get a beautiful and newer, fresh floor plan in this particular community. One of the things you'll notice as we walk around is this community is very typical Webb. You're going to have wider streets. You'll have sidewalks on both sides of the street. And you also have these cute little pocket parks throughout the neighborhood. You also have homes that are designed for easy living and low maintenance. The HOA takes care of your yard maintenance, so you don't need to bring your lawnmower or your gardening equipment when you move into this community, unless you wanted to take part in the community garden, which is one of the amenities in the neighborhood. Let's talk about what's outside of the neighborhood, because I know that's important to people as well. You're just minutes to downtown Wake Forest, which has restaurants, coffee shops, boutiques. It has a farmer's market. It definitely has that small town feel, but it's still a very active downtown community. For example, they'll have festivals like Friday Night on White Street, where they shut down the street. They have live music, food trucks. People bring their lawn chairs and hang out and listen to the music. They do stuff like that and have different events year round. If you like staying active outdoors, in addition to the trail you see behind me, so right now I'm in the community. This is one of the trails in the neighborhood. There's also sidewalks, as I mentioned earlier, but if you like staying active outside and you want to get outside of the neighborhood, there's the Wake Forest Reservoir, which is at the very entrance of Tradition. So it's Webb at Traditions. It's a large master plan community. A lot of different builders were building in here. Webb is the pocket of 55 plus homes. And at the very entrance of Traditions, to the right as you turn in, is the Wake Forest Reservoir. So that has some hiking trails. You can also put a kayak in the water and things like that. There's also Falls Lake nearby, and that has a lot of hiking trails. That is also a lake, so you can go boating, stand-up paddleboarding, things like that. And you can kayak and fish, all within minutes of the community. One of the things about Falls Lake that's really cool is several miles of their hiking trail is a part of the Mountains to Sea Trail that obviously goes all the way from the North Carolina mountains all the way to the coast. I believe it's over 20 miles of Falls Lake trails are a part of that Mountains to Sea Trail. Also, for convenience, just outside of the neighborhood, there are grocery stores, medical offices, shopping centers like Wakefield Commons. Everything's really convenient to the neighborhood. So I always tell people, and this is true for all of our, I would say most of our 55 plus communities, everything you need on a daily basis is within close proximity to the neighborhood. So you don't have to go far, to get a carton of milk, for example. There's a full-time lifestyle director who is here in the community to support clubs and groups. This lifestyle director is also helping to plan social events and activities for the community. There's a very active social calendar, and there's always something going on in the neighborhood. There is also a wellness director who's in charge of the gym and the exercise room. The wellness director can help you meet your fitness goals. They're also planning different classes, and they lead and teach different classes in the community as well. One of the things that I like when I show this community, a lot of times there'll be different fitness challenges going on. So one time they were charting out how many steps you got and things like that. So it's really an active community and fitness focused as well. The community has an 18,000 square foot clubhouse. This is called Regency Manor. And it's really the heart of everything here in the neighborhood. Inside there's a full fitness center, indoor pool. There's group fitness classes. I mentioned there's a wellness director. There's also card rooms, billiards, hobby spaces. And then outside, you'll find pickleball courts, tennis courts, bocce. And then you've seen some of the walking trails as I've been walking around. There's even a community garden and dog park. I am now at the back of the clubhouse. And you can see there's like an outdoor kitchen, grilling station here. Plenty of seating space. Looks like they might have recently had a party with all these tables out here. They also have some covered areas where you can sit, in addition to a fireplace, which is really nice. The community only has an indoor pool, but the benefit of that is you get to use it year-round, and it is right inside those doors here. And on either side of the pool, you can actually access a little, I'll go around here so I can see better. You can access this little sitting area on this side. And then there's another one over on this side as well. And then the indoor pool is right in there. They also have a hot tub. So you can swim laps and then sit outside and get some sun. Here's some more of the outdoor amenities. Your tennis and pickleball as well. So one tennis court, and then you have 2 pickleball courts. There's also a lot of parks outside of the neighborhood that have pickleball courts as well. I know that is so popular with everybody these days. So I'm going to leave the clubhouse and amenities for now, but one of my favorite parts about this community is there are more than 50 clubs and social groups here. So, you know, whether you're into traveling, fitness, meeting people, coffee groups, book clubs, there's really something for everyone, and it's really easy to plug in. So I'm back out in the neighborhood again. You can see some of the homes behind me here. I'm in a little pocket park right now. I'm just gonna have a seat here. Some of the homes in the neighborhood did have a side load garage. So if you instead of having a garage right in front of your home, like most of the homes here in the neighborhood, which you can see over there, they do have that. Some of them have a side load garage. So if you like that kind of thing, you can get that here at Webb Traditions. One of the other things I should mention too is that Wake Forest has become really popular with 55 plus buyers because it continues to grow and expand. Now, if you're doing research on the area and you do any research on Wake Forest, you're going to hear a lot of people say there's a lot of traffic, right? That's because the area keeps growing and developing and more people are moving in, but we're seeing that really across the triangle. So, you know, it's a attractive area. A lot of people are moving in. You know, we've been one of the top places. The triangle has been one of the top places for jobs for a while. And so obviously a lot of people moving here for that. We're also one of the top destinations to live during retirement. So you have a lot of people moving here to retire. So people move here for jobs, they move here for retirement as well. And in my business, and I know I've mentioned this many times, a lot of people move here and they're following their kids and grandkids. They want to be close to family. So, but you know, Wake Forest has become really popular. Webb Traditions, I would say, is a very popular 55 plus community. And you know, the area keeps growing. You're going to continue to see expansion in medical facilities, retail and dining, and overall infrastructure. And that's important if you're thinking long term and you want to, this area is going to become more convenient it's going to become more valuable over time. So that's something to think about, in doing your research, to have a better understanding as to how the growth and the development can benefit you long term. Now let's talk about the real estate market, because it's actually been pretty interesting here. I would say since the builder closed out, maybe in the last 18 months to 2 years, it's really gained popularity. Not a lot of homes come on the market, and they sell relatively quickly. So last year, only 26 homes were available for sale that sold and closed in the neighborhood. 26 homes. So this is about a 450 home community, 26 homes over a 12-month period. You do the math, right? That's not a lot of homes to come available for sale. The average days on market was 27 days, and the average square footage was just under 2,300 square feet. The list price average was $655,000, and the closed sales price was $650,000. So overall, the majority of homes that sold, they were a little bit larger, so that pushed up that average list price and that average closed sales price. Now, we do see homes come on the market in the 500s in the neighborhood as well. But 9 homes out of that 27 sold and closed either at or above the list price. So that tells you demand is pretty high for homes here in Del Webb Traditions. I've decided to take a little break from my walk and enjoy another one of these really cute and peaceful pocket parks that are in Del Webb at Traditions. So we're talking about the real estate market. I already recapped what happened last year in the real estate market in Del Webb at Traditions. So far this year, there's only 1 home on the market right now. Everything else is either sold or closed. So I have some notes here. Right now, there are 5 under contract. They were on the market for an average of about 40 days, which that's still a pretty good turn considering, some of those homes probably went under contract in our slower months, which typically January and February are slower months. That's typically a slower time of year for us here in the Triangle. So an average of 40 days, and then the average list price for those homes was $670,000. So they were larger homes. We don't know what they'll close for until they actually close and sell. But if you're interested in learning about that, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to share with you what those homes end up selling for. 6 homes have sold and closed this year. They were on the market an average of 47 days, and the average list price was $628,000. So some of those were a little bit smaller. Del Webb built both the Expedition Collection and the Pinnacle Collection here. So the Expedition Collection is kind of like their mid-range or mid-size home. They're usually about 1,600 up to about 2,000 square feet, and then the Pinnacle Collection is really like 2,100 square feet and above. So they only did those 2 collections. They didn't do the smaller collection, the Passport Collection, which is the smallest. Those are about 1,300 to 1,500 square feet roughly. They did not do those in this community, just the Expedition and the Pinnacle. So just to give you a perspective of what kind of square footage is here in the neighborhood, it probably ranges anywhere from about 1,600 square feet and up. You did have the option to do the second floor, so that could make homes even larger. But yeah, homes that have sold and closed this year, average closed sales price, $628,000. The inventory tends to stay kind of low. Homes sell quickly. People move in and they want to stay. So, and that's true for a lot of our 55 plus communities that are really like nice and cozy like this one, and that have great access to amenities and access to the downtown areas and stuff like that. When homes do come on the market, they usually attract buyers who are looking for this particular lifestyle, not just a house. And Del Webb does have a very cult-like following. So, people are looking for that lifestyle, that Del Webb lifestyle. And they do a great job. A lot of other builders try to duplicate it, but Del Webb does a really great job with the 55 plus lifestyle. So hopefully you enjoyed the walking tour today at Del Webb and Traditions. If you want more information on 55 plus communities in the Raleigh area, or you want to learn more about Del Webb at Traditions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you have questions, you want a list of homes available, anything like that, I'm happy to help. And I'm going to finish up my break here and continue on my walk, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.